What is going on, everyone? Leon checking in, and we're at it again with another video. Now, before we start this video, I wanted to make a special announcement. We've made changes to the Space Center lighting, so hopefully the lighting in these videos will look better moving forward. Now, of course, things like this are taken into consideration because of the feedback we receive in the comments below. That being said, we'll be doing an unboxing, tutorial, and install of the Samsung Galaxy Buds 2 and the Spigen rugged armor case for the Buds. I've also included the official Samsung Galaxy Buds 2 user manual in the description below if you're interested. Now, these items are featured on the Samsung Galaxy playlist, so you can find information related to this topic quickly and easily. In previous videos, we performed the unboxing and the initial startup of the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 3 and the Watch 4 Classic and talked cases and protection. In upcoming videos, we'll be talking more about these devices, including the Galaxy Buds 2. Now, today's video was filmed on the Google Pixel 5a 5G and edited on the Google Pixelbook Go using the PowerDirector app from the Google Playstore. This allows us to put all the devices we review through real-world usage so you can see real-world results. As always, we only feature products or services I buy, use, or am interested in. Now, you can find these items and related accessories at the Amazon storefront link in the description below. Don't have time to watch the whole video? We're now a podcast you can find on multiple platforms by searching for Pixels Cracked. And if you are listening to this on a podcast, you can find the more detailed video and YouTube channel by searching for Pixels Cracked as well. All things said, let's go ahead and get into it. So here we are with the Samsung Galaxy Buds 2 unboxing. Price comes in at about $150 or less if you have an eligible trade-in. Now, Buds 2 come in 4 color options, but I opted for graphite to match my other Samsung devices. Opening the packaging is done by cutting the seal tape. Now, there's seal tape on both sides, so we're going to have to cut it on both sides. Normally with these unboxings, the lid slides off smoothly, but that's not going to be the case today. So first we have the charging case, and Android and I are quite surprised because, as we mentioned previously, we went with the graphite color option so that it would match all our other Samsung devices. As you can see, this case here is a glossy white. We also have this box underneath the charging case, and most likely that's the USB-C charging cable. Now, as previously mentioned, we're going to be unboxing and installing the Spigen rugged armor case. And this was actually unintentional, but I'm glad I picked this up because this case, as you could tell, is black, so we actually restore some of that graphite property back. Within the small packaging, we have 2 sizes of earbud tips and a USB-C to USB-A charging cable. Now, if you're not careful, you might miss it. The product information is located within the box lid, and it's got a little tab, and if we lift up on it, we can pull it out. First impression is this looks like a ring box. We also have this all-white glossy finish, which will probably show scratches easily. However, this looks good. It has a nice square shape with rounded edges, and of course you have the Samsung branding on the top. Along where the lid meets the base, we have a gap, and that makes opening the case easy. And it also, in a way, snaps open, and it also snaps closed. This is also light and nice to hold. When it comes to the battery, the case features a 472 milliamp hour unit. Now, the case can be charged via USB-C cable because of the port on the back, but it can also be charged wirelessly. The case features a charging indicator on the front. Flashing red indicates a charging error, red indicates charging, and green indicates fully charged. Opening the lid displays the Buds 2. The inside of the charging case also features an LED indicator between both earbuds to indicate their state of charge, which works just like the outside LED indicator. The Buds 2 are egg-shaped and feature a 61 milliamp hour battery in each unit. Personally, I wasn't sure if I would like the egg shape of the Buds 2 because I come from the Google Pixel Buds 2, which have that candy shape, but I actually like both. As for the graphite color, it's more of a murky gray, but it still works for someone who might be interested in black or gray or somewhere in between. Now, just like the case, these earbuds have a gloss to them, which may show scratches easier over time as well. The Buds 2 feature a touchpad between dual mics. We also have a touch-sensitive sensor and charge contacts. Earbud tip removal is like other earbuds. Simply pull on the tip itself. Now installation is the reverse process. You simply push it on. Now here's something interesting about these earbud tips. If you look closely, there's actually a screen inside there. Now this is actually a clever feature because it prevents earwax from getting on this metal part that you see here that normally accumulates on other earbuds like the Pixel Buds 2. Now before we move on to fitment, I do want to point out that the Buds 2 are missing an ear loop like the one you'll see on the Pixel Buds 2. Also, looking at these two earbuds, again, the Buds 2 have that nice glossy design, but that might be bad for when you're trying to hold it, and it might actually slip out of your hand compared to the Pixel Buds 2, which have that matte design. As you can see, these earbuds are also conveniently labeled left and right, so you can't mix them up when you're putting them in your ears. Now, I did briefly read reviews about these earbuds and people having a difficult time with them staying in the ear. Now, of course, this depends on the person and the ear shape, but for me, these seem to go in fairly easy. And they also feel fairly secure. I feel like I'll be able to exercise with these. I can move my head around quite a bit, and they're actually going to stay in. Now here we are with the front view, so you can see just how much the earbuds stick out on my head. They are pretty similar to the Pixel Buds 2. I think the Pixel Buds 2 are a little bit more recessed because they have a flatter design. And when it comes to hearing outside noise, everything is muffled on the outside, including my voice, so these are going to block out outside noise fairly well. Now here we are with the initial startup, which works really well. Now again, we unboxed and did the initial startup of the Samsung Galaxy Watch 4 Classic, and this process was the same as what you're about to see here, and it's actually extremely responsive. Now, just like the Watch 4 Classic, the Buds 2 are a part of an ecosystem that works with Samsung devices like the Galaxy Z Fold 3 you see here. And this system here is so responsive that it makes it difficult for me to stay a Pixel fan because, of course, if you know the channel, I have Pixel devices. I've been using Pixel devices. I'm a big fan of them. But this works so well that Google could actually take tips from this. So I'm going to demonstrate how efficiently this works. So we're going to open up the Buds 2 case, and you can see that the Galaxy Buds 2 show up instantly on the Z Fold 3, and it says here a new device has been detected, and then we could tap connect. Now, of course, this requires the wearable app, so you're going to have to install it if you don't have it. Also, my understanding is you get the most features from items like the Buds 2 and the Watch 4 Classic if you're using a Samsung device, because again, all of this is a part of an ecosystem. Now, when it comes to the startup of the Buds 2, it's extremely easy. It works flawlessly. In fact, what you've seen in the last clip, that's literally it. I had nothing else to show. Now, just some quick, simple feedback since I have these in my ear. When you place them in the ear, you do get a little chime that sounds really nice, works really well. It just lets you know that the earbud is active, that it's actually going to be working when it's in your ear. Now, again, for outside noises, everything sounds muffled, but it's interesting listening to myself talk because my voice has kind of an electronic auto-tune, very faint auto-tune sound to it. It sounds like my voice is being fed in through the mics, if that's how active noise cancellation works. I don't have much experience with using active noise cancellation items all that much. Now, as for the touch controls, it looks like function is going to be very similar to the Pixel Buds. Now, as for using those touch controls, again, we didn't really use them all that much here in the video yet. But it seems like they're going to be a little bit trickier to use because, again, the Buds 2, they have that egg shape to them. And I think the controls on the Pixel Buds are a little bit easier to use because of the surface area. It's a little bit more flatter. It's just easier to work with. Also, again, with the Buds 2, you've got that glossy surface. It's kind of slippery. If your hands get a little sweaty, it might be kind of hard to activate those touch controls correctly as well. Now, when it comes to placing the earbuds back into the case, I actually like how these go in. They just kind of drop in there and then they just sit in place. It's almost magical. Next, we have the Spigen Rugged Armor case. Contents include the front and rear case cover and carabiner clip. The case is black with a carbon fiber accent. It's made of a harder plastic that flexes slightly. It doesn't appear this case requires double-sided tape for an install. And this makes a lot of sense because if we take another look at the case from a different perspective, you can see that we have these lips here on the case pieces. And that indicates that it's going to snap into place on the Galaxy Buds 2 charging case. So we're going to start with the bottom part of the case first, and we're going to drop the Galaxy Buds Case 2 in there, and that snaps into place really easy. Next we'll take the lid and see if that snaps into place easy as well. And that clicks into place nice and easy. Now going back to the beginning of this video, I was slightly disappointed to realize that the charging case for the Galaxy Buds 2 was a glossy white. Now I was expecting all of the contents of the Galaxy Buds 2 to be a graphite color. But now we have this nice Spigen case on the outside of the charging case, and everything is black how it should be. Now we do want to check function here, and I could say function is improved because it's easier to open up this case since we don't have a glossy surface on the outside. You can also see that this pairing of the Galaxy Buds looks really nice with the pairing of the Spigen case as well. Now you can see we still have a clear view of that charging indicator on the inside of the case, but there's also a clear view of the charging indicator on the outside of the case. Now taking a look at the back of the case, we also have clear access to that USB-C port. Now unfortunately some of the case is exposed here, and that's because of how this design opens. So as you can see, when we open up the charging case itself, it needs clearance to open and close properly. Lastly, there is the carabiner clip. It looks nice. It's got Spigen branding on it, and you could place it on the case if you like to. There's a little ear loop there as well. So that is it for today's video. If you enjoyed it and found it useful, please leave a like. If you're watching this on YouTube and have any questions or comments, as always, drop those down below and I'll do my best to answer them. Now there are 3 ways you could support the channel and podcast. The first way is to click on the Amazon storefront link in the description below. There you'll find items that I have bought or would like to buy, and anything you buy from the storefront does support the content. The next way you can show your support is just by sharing this content with someone who might enjoy it or find it useful. And the last way you can show your support is just by clicking on the subscribe or follow button. Now liking and subscribing are important. Those are your ways to vote on whether you like the video or the podcast. Liking and subscribing are also important for new viewers and listeners. If new viewers and listeners see likes and subscribers, they're going to think that the content is helpful, worth watching, and listening to. So that is pretty much it. And until next time, Leon checking out.